Hey guys, welcome back to the Real Southern Garden. I'm Sarah, and today we are headed to Lowe's to look at two things specifically: the clearance rack and what I call the drop-in containers. So there's a section at Lowe's, I forget the brand or company that carries them, but they're kind of like pre-sized to just fit in certain size outside containers, and you just drop them in. I actually planted one of mine, but you'll see what I'm talking about. What I love about them is they're already in full bloom. They're usually like the sun patience or different groups of plants, and they're already big. They look established. And I was about to have a birthday party at my house. We would have a lot of people outside, and I just wanted to spruce up some parts of my garden. So for this particular trip to Lowe's, I was looking for those, and didn't mind spending the extra money because, once again, the sun patients are like $8 a piece anyway. The size of these is it's got to be at least 3. And I wanted it to look really nice for this party. So I wanted to just be able to put something there that was already in full bloom, already growing. And these are great and designed for that type of thing. So looking for that in this video. And I also, as a spoiler alert, I also picked up some Rose of Sharon, the pink one, pink chiffon, that I've been looking at for a couple of years. It was on the clearance rack. So I got them on sale, and I've got a spot up front where I'm going to replace some dwarf, which I really did love, some dwarf Rose of Sharon and an old rose that is really diseased. It's 3 little spots. I want to make them all the same, and I'm going to do that with these pink chiffon. So super excited to get those on sale. And there was a lot of other great things on the clearance rack. So this is the West Cobb Marietta location if you are local. And anyway, let's get into it and let's go check out what they've got. I'm also going to show you a few highlights from my daughter's birthday party that we had and where I put some of these plants. And also, thank you for all the good thoughts and prayers for my husband. He had his surgery. He is in recovery now. He should be home very soon. And thank you guys so much. So let's get into this video and let's head to Lowe's. All right, here we go at Lowe's, and look at the skies. I was trying to get this done before it rained. So, all right, I have a couple things in mind, as you know, that I need to spruce up the yard and the patio for this party. So the first thing I did was check out the area that had the sun patients. I'm looking at the drop-in containers because I want something really beautiful that's going to show up. I want all the bang for the buck. These are usually about $8 a piece anyway if you get the small ones. So therefore, I feel like the price on these is not that bad. And for what I'm doing, it is totally worth it. Now, I just had to decide between the multicolored with the white and the fuchsia and the pink versus kind of the solid color pink. So at first I thought that I was going to go with that multicolor. I do have that at my front gates. That is the same color combo that I bought. But the more I thought about it for what I was trying to do, I decided that this shade that was just one color was going to work better for the areas that I wanted to spruce up. So that is the color that I ended up with. It was a hard choice though, but I'm happy with what I got. And they really turned out great for the party, and I'll show you that in a second. I also saw this rose from the True Bloom line. It smelled so good. It was still $24.98. And this particular one is True Serenity. So I have True Spirit, which is red. I saw this one, it was screaming my name, and I thought, you know what, I need to pick that one up. I wanted to point out these crepe myrtles, they're likely going to be on sale soon, so stay tuned for that video. They're not yet. But on the clearance rack, they had lots of good stuff. Pentas, some other things I'm going to show you. And I thought about getting some plants here for the party. But they did not have any sun patients on the clearance rack. They had regular impatiens. And for the areas that I was working with, I really needed something that would take sun. I didn't want to go with the vinca, and I decided that I also needed something that already looked really great. I don't really have time for it to, be rejuvenated as some of the clearance rack plants take. So they also had double knockouts here on the clearance rack. This would be a great buy if you've got a large area you want to landscape. Can't beat that for half price right now. Then they had these Rose of Sharons, the pink chiffon that I've been looking at for quite some time. And they had some in the back. So I got 3 of those, and I got those all on discount. And then they also had some of the Sunfinity sunflowers on discount. They did not do well for me when I tried them. They got powdery mildew in my climate, but they might work for someone else on discount. It's always a great time to try it. And then these fuchsia super bells were really pretty too. And I thought about those, but then I decided they're a little bit scraggly looking and I don't have time to get them looking really great for this party. So I need to really pick up the plants that already look great for the party. And then if I find some things on this clearance rack that I need for other parts of my landscape, then that is what is going to make sense. So they also had this white lantana that I saw in an earlier video on an earlier trip here, and I've never tried it. It's on the discount rack now. They also had Mexican heather on discount. And then they also had, the ferns were still out here. They've been out here for a while on the discount rack. So there were a few different caladiums that were on the rack. And if you guys remember in the previous video or 2 videos back, I picked up some caladiums and added those to my garden, some white ones that I'm really loving. They also had the Duet Rose on sale, which is of course the iceberg blend with the burgundy and the white. I don't recommend this rose if you live in the South. They really do get a lot of black spot, but if you want to treat it or you don't mind the black spot on it, then add it to your garden. I've got a couple iceberg, but you know, of course they give me a lot of trouble, and through the years I will be replacing those. They had some foxtail fern. And then coming back again to the vinca. The vinca were looking pretty healthy. Those were a nice plant here on the rack. So they also had the Sun Patient Impatience, the Sun combo with the same color scheme in these hanging baskets. But I decided what I had already got was better. These hardy hibiscus were looking mighty fine. They are beautiful. I would love to try one of those in my garden. Check those out if you're looking for something like that. And then I did get these regular Shade Loving Impatiens, and I was gonna buy those, but then once again, my mom had reminded me they don't look great right now. They need some time. Probably not a good buy for this party. So I put them back. But I did end up getting, as you'll see in the video, lots of goodies, and did take those home. I didn't buy any more caladiums. These were also on discount, but I just stuck with these Impatiens. And then my mom has got the other cart and we headed home. You can see right here how these 2 little plants just brightened up this spot. And you can still see I did not cut the Mondo grass back. That guy's told you I need to fix that's growing right here. I still have not, but eventually, yes, I'm gonna get to it. And then over here, this is just a little spot by my bench, and I just popped in one of those drop-in containers right there in that terracotta pot. And I'm not done with this area. I did not find anything that I wanted to plant yet in around the boxwoods or those other little barrels. I think I'm just gonna wait for fall now, but just having that there really spruced up this area. And for me, it was totally worth the $17.50 or whatever they were to do that. So this is the location where I have these 3 little beds, and I want them all to match. And that one has a whole lot of yellow leaves. I think it has just a ton of chlorosis this year from all the rain. You can see from this side, that old rose way down there, I hate to replace it because I love the fact that it's been here forever, but it's so diseased now and it's just not blooming hardly at all. So it's time to make these 3 little beds look the same. So I think that pink chiffon will be really great here. Then back here, boy, these are the dog days of summer. It is so hot today. It has got to be like 100% humidity. Back here is my little tomato forest. And you guys, the weather has been so wild with all the rain that these should be producing about 1,000 tomatoes a week. I have 14 planted. I'm getting about 100. So it's just the nutrients have been depleted from the soil, and I do fertilize them, but it's hard to keep it in when it's just raining all the time. But anyway, back here in the rose garden, this is where that True Serenity rose is going to go. She is right here. I'm going to be planting her right there in the middle next to True Summer Romance, which is a Cordis rose. She's a pink one also. So I'm excited to see how this one does here. It smells great. So I love that. And I haven't really given you guys much of a look at the rose garden lately. Things have gotten really tall. As you can see, this happens in the south. That is Earth Angel, and she thinks she's a climber here in the south. She needs to be pruned back. We will do that before fall, rather soon, as we get some cooler weather. And then I also have some pink zinnias that I just put, and I never do this in my rose garden, but this year I just planted some right there just to have some extra pink ones. And so they're about to bloom. I think there's one blooming over there, but it hasn't quite yet. But anyway, I am super thrilled to have the True Bloom series, True Serenity, added to my garden. Over here right now are where my pink chiffon Rose of Sharon are sitting until I can get them planted, hopefully soon. But they're just hanging out back here. I can't wait to get those in. And now I just want to take you guys back to the birthday party that we had for my daughter. So we got this really cute backdrop to cover up the playhouse to make it look just like an Old West saloon. And it was super inexpensive and it fit perfectly, and I absolutely just loved it. I think it turned out so cute. It was under $20 to do it. And then we also did a mining for gold or digging for gold in gemstones. This was a big hit. It was just a little bitty baby pool with some sand from Lowe's, and the kids loved it with some little dollar store strainers. So cute. Then of course we had the bounce house that was an Old West theme. I had some garden flowers set up here on the front porch. We had a shootout game that actually came with the Old West bounce slide combo monstrosity. The kids love it though. They're only going to be little for so long, so probably one of the last years my oldest daughter will have a bounce house. And then we had these really adorable little adopt a pony tiny stuffed animals, and all the kids got a hat too and a birthday cake. It was a great day, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing a little bit of it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you liked today's video, and if you did, I would love it if you would subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know what is going on in your world, and I'll see you back here next time in the next video right here at the Real Southern Garden. Bye guys.